In this lesson we are going to play game with ESP32 and ESP32 extension board from SunFounder's. We are using infrared remote transmitter, infrared remote receiver and a display. So initially we are going to enter the keys and guess the number. If this is the limit, I have to guess a number between 65 and 25. Let's enter 45. So now it's between 45 and 65. Let's go 52. So between 42 and 52, now we got closer. So our number would be like, let's enter 46, 52, 48, maybe it's 50, 52, of course it's 51, and you got it. Let's get started with this. ESP32 starter kit from SunFounder. This is the best ESP32 learning kit from SunFounder. It has this ESP32 microcontroller which has built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. This board can do everything Arduino Uno can do or many other Arduinos can do, plus extra more features. Because we have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, the possibilities are endless. You can get connected to the cloud or do the control or read information or values via your mobile device or your desktop or over the cloud from a far location. It comes with a camera extension kit where you can stream the video over Wi-Fi either through the cloud or to your network, and also it comes with micro SD card where you can save images on the micro SD card, or you can write from the device any information, log the information on the device and read it back. You can power the board using this included 18650 lithium battery, and it has built-in charger where you can connect micro USB and charge the battery. The kit comes with 320 pieces of component that you can learn tons of projects. This is a guessing number project where we use infrared transmitter, infrared receiver and LCD. We have already learned how to use infrared transmitter and receiver, and when we pressed any key we were able to detect it, and even I showed you how to turn on a buzzer or take action. We also learned how to use the LCD with this ESP32 from SunFounder with the extension board. Now we are going to have this fun game where we press a number between certain value and then continue until we guess the number. This will be very fun. All the components that you see in this project, the ESP32 extension board, which you can connect your wires very easily, the lithium battery 18650 and the built-in charger, LCD, this receiver, transmitter, everything, and about 300 components all included with this ESP32 learning kit from SunFounder. The link to purchase it is below this video in the description. Come to this page, docs.sunfounder.com, scroll down until you see ESP32, then click on ESP32 starter kit main. On the left side, click on Arduino user, and then scroll down to 6.7, guess number. Here it has been explained that we are going to guess a number game, and we are using infrared remote control and LCD screen. We need ESP32 module, ESP32 camera extension board, breadboard, jumper wires, receiver, and the LCD screen. Here is the schematic. We are using pin 14 for the infrared receiver, and as always for this course we are using pin 21 and 22 for SDA and SCL for the LCD. Here is the actual wiring diagram, which I'm going to explain it in the wiring section. This is the code. We are going to explain it in the code explanation section, and here is the explanation for the code in English. And here is the wiring. I have inserted this infrared receiver. The bump is on this side and the flat side will be at the back. Just insert it here somewhere on the breadboard this way, and we have red from the right side. Red is connected to 3.3 volts from the right, and then ground is connected to the here. Red is connected to 3.3 volts, ground. Black is connected from the middle to the ground, and the left pin is connected to pin 14. And for the LCD, here the positive is connected, the ground, and VCC is connected to 5 volts. And here from the top, ground black is connected to the ground here, and second pin VCC is connected to 5 volts, the white pin. And SDA and SCL, 2 pins, have been connected to pin 21 and 22. There is empty space, 2 spaces between them. And let's not forget, if you are using it for the first time, remove this plastic, because this is blocking the battery, like that. I'm opening Arduino IDE. Let's open our project by clicking on File, Open. On the left side, click on Downloads, then ESP32 Starter Kit Main on the right side. Double click to open it, double click on C, double click on Codes, and scroll down to 6.7. Guess number, and select 6.7 guess number. Click Open to open the program. And here we are including the wire library, which is part of Arduino. We have installed this in a previous lesson. This is for LCD. This is for remote control. These two, we installed it in previous lessons. And then we are defining pin 14 for infrared pin of unsigned integer of 16-bit. This is constant. And then this is our object for the receiver, and the result, we have created an object from this class, decoder result, and the interval is 1 second, and there is previous millisecond, which remembers how long it took between the key press, and this is for the LCD. We have already explained it. This is for the counter and point value, and then here we have upper and lower number. So to guess a number, our number will be between 0 to 99. Inside the setup, we initialize the LCD, turn on the backlight, we turn on the serial monitor. This is 9600. Let's change it to 115,200, because in all our lessons this was the speed. And then infrared receiver, we enable it, and then initiate new value. This is a function that brings a lucky number, which I'm going to explain it at the bottom. Now let's have a look at this. Initiate value, it creates random seed. It takes this function and it goes to analog 0. We say press a number and we count it, and we print the appointed value that was generated randomly. It will be printed on the screen. So now we go inside the loop. This is reading the receiver result. If the result is true, the key that is pressed, one of the keys that have been decoded. And here we put the result equal 0, and this value that we have, result.value, from this result we pass it, and this will decode it. The decoder is at the code at the bottom of the code here, and these are the values. If we press, for example, 8, it actually sends this code, hexadecimal value. We press 9, it prints that code. If you press cycle, it will print this. So based on the code that it receives, it returns this text for us. For example, if the play pause is pressed, or backward, or power, or mute. So for this value, for example, the word mute is returned. Now let's go back here. Of this would be some text and we store it in a variable called num of type string. And then we check if the key that we press, that num, is equal power. Then we initiate new value. Initiate new value is a function that which I just explained it. This function was at the bottom. So what it means is when we play, we will press power to initiate new value in the game when you want to try to again something. So this was if it was power. If it's not, if it was cycle, it means we are allowed to enter another number. So we say detect point, call detect point, and it will return the result. Now let's see what is detect point. Detect point is this function. It sees if the count is greater than point value, it will do this, and it says if count is less than upper, then upper is equal count if it's less than. If the count is less than the point value here, this was greater, this is smaller, then if the count is greater than lower, the lower is equal count. So it will set the count with a lower or upper value. Else if the count is equal point value, then the count is 0 and we return 1. Else we return 0. Now let's see what happens with the return 0 and 1. So this will be either 1 or 0. And here we say LCD show input. We pass this 1 or 0 to this function, LCD show input. As I mentioned, LCD show input, it comes here as a boolean because it's a 0 or 1, and then we first clear the screen, and then we check if the value that we returned is equal 1, then we say you got it. We set the cursor at the character 0 line 1 and print this text, and wait for 5 seconds so it is read, and then we reset the value, initiate new value, and return. Else if it's not 1, then then in any case, then after this we are printing enter number because there is no return. So then it will be printed enter number. Our number will be on one side of this greater than and less than. So we have a number here and here, and this will resume the receiver, and the program reaches here, and the loop will repeat all these tasks over again. Now let's see how we can select the ESP32 board. We can click here under the select board and type here ESP32 DEV. As soon as you type dev, you will see dev board. You can select it and click OK. So the board has been selected. Now we have to select the port. The other way to select the board is click on Tools, Board, ESP32, and select the ESP32 dev module. Now we have to select the port. If I click here, it shows 2 ports, and I don't know which one belongs to my device. Sometimes you will not see the number properly. So the best way to be sure, right click on the Start menu, go to the Device Manager, and you will see here the ports. If I click on this arrow, it will show me the ports. One is USB serial CH340, the other is USB serial device. And here, now it's connected. If I disconnect this, one of them disappears. The one that disappeared is my board. So 6 stays and 8 disappeared. If I connect it, so 8 is my COM port, CH340. Now 8 is my COM port, and I can select it. Or I can click on Tool, Port, and here you will see it. You can select whichever you want. Ours is COM8. Now we have successfully selected the board and the port. And this is very important. It must be done first. Now let's upload the code by clicking here. Once the program is uploaded, you can connect your lithium battery to the board and play with this without any connection to computer, and it will be very easy to use. And here's the demonstration. The code has been uploaded, and my receiver is in the path. So when I enter it, it will get it. And it says, welcome, press any number. Let's enter 12. As soon as I enter 12, the lower value is set to 12. So the number that I'm guessing must be greater than 12. The point is our number, and it must be less than 99. And let's enter greater than this number, so the number will be, this will be replaced. Let's say 42. So I entered 42, and that was replaced because the number must be less than 99. And let's go back 65, and this time, because the number that we entered was greater than 42, it was replaced in here. So 65. Now if I enter 55, now it's greater than this, so this should be replaced. 5. Now this number is replaced between these two. Now see how this is being replaced. 48, so that is now replaced, less than 55. Between these two, let's guess 49. So now it's 49, 52. So very close. Of course it will be 53. No. So of course it's 54. It's fun, really. And let's say you enter some number, and you enter another number, and 21, and you don't like it for any reason, you want to just exit, press power, we will restart. So, and if you want to just enter, for example, a single digit, let's say 5, press 5 and then cycle, and that number will be accepted. But for 2 digits, you don't do anything, just punch the number.